Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Tuesday, May 24th slate of NBA and MLB action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We actually had a pretty good day yesterday. We will recap it. We were literally, and I mean literally, this close to the sweep. But before we go ahead and dive into the recap, I did just want to go ahead and say that at the time of recording this video, we are still on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. So that truly does mean a lot to me, but let's go ahead and dive into it. We were super close to the sweep. We'll do a quick recap, like I said. So our first play of the day, we did have Jason Tatum over 6.5 rebounds at plus 120 odds, and this one play, I can't believe how many people actually hated on this play. I'm so glad that it did end up working out for us, but I knew that as soon as Jason Tatum, excuse me, as soon as Jason Tatum walked down that tunnel with the MJ Carhartt shirt on, I knew that we were cashing that bet. I knew that Jason Tatum wasn't going to have two bad games in a row. I think he ended up with like 31, 8, and 2 or something like that. He ended up having a really good game, especially in that first half because, and we actually cashed this bet in the first half. He ended up grabbing the 7 rebounds in the first half. He only grabbed 1 in the second half, so luckily he was able to cash in the first half because I don't know how good it would have looked afterwards, but that one did end up working out for us. Also, the game was an absolute blowout. It was literally, they ended up winning by 20, but if you watch the rest of the game, they were up by like 25-30 for most of the game. It was very, very non-fun to watch. I think it was 16-1 right out of the gate. It was very difficult to watch. I got to be honest, as soon as Jason Tatum cashed in the first half, I quit watching. I got to be completely honest with you guys. So I don't really know too much of what happened in the second half, but I know that Jason Tatum had a phenomenal first half. So that one did end up working out for us. Then we did have the Phillies money line. Truly a no-sweat bet. Phillies took an early lead here over the Braves. You could have even taken the run line, and it would have cashed, even an alternate run line at that. But then we had our toughest beat. It was such a tough beat. We were literally this close to the sweep. The Cards and the Blue Jays under 8 runs. Now, this one was crazy because the starting pitchers for both these teams actually performed really, really well. They did not give up a lot of runs. I think there was only like 1 or 2 runs throughout the first like 6 innings. Then the bullpen started to get in, and it was just one run after another. They both gave up a ton of runs, and they were sitting at 3-3 with it was 3-3, and it was going into the bottom of the 10th. So they were in extra innings, and they ended up going into the bottom of the 10th. Goldschmidt ends up hitting a walk-off home run, a walk-off grand slam, to not only win the game, to cover the spread, and to hit the over. So, I mean, that was just super, super unlucky. It was right at 6. If he would have just hit a single, get 1 run in, we still cash that bet. We're walking out winners. But unfortunately, he did hit the grand slam. It was a fantastic moment. I ended up watching that. Absolutely fantastic moment, but I just can't believe that he ended up hitting that grand slam to hit the over. But it is what it is. We ended up going 2-1 on the day, cashing our big plus 120 play as well. So it did end up working out for us, and we did make some money today. So let's go ahead and dive into it. We are profitable for the entire week. Let's keep that up. So for our NBA play of the day, we do have for the Golden State versus the Dallas Mavericks game, we're taking Wiggins. We're taking Wiggins over 16.5 points here versus Dallas at minus 105 odds. Now, if you look at it, Wiggins has played really, really well in this series. He's had 27 points last game, which was a breakout game. Then he had 16 points, so finishing right on the hook. And then he did have 19 points. So he has gone over in 2 of his last 3 games in this series. And if this is another weird stat, it really has nothing to do with Andrew Wiggins really whatsoever. But in Game 4s this year, Andrew Wiggins has had 17 and 20 points, so he has hit the over both times in Game 4. So maybe he can make that a third Game 4. I don't know. It's just a fun little stat. Also, Wiggins has seen a ton of minutes here in this series. He's seen 35 plus minutes in every single game in this series, which we can't really say the same for the past couple series. Wiggins has seen a couple games where he saw just like high 20s minutes. So, but in these ones versus the Dallas Mavericks, he has played a huge factor into the offense and into the defense a little bit too. He's actually been a pretty good defender, and he's been playing 35 plus minutes in every game. Also, Dallas, we all know what their game plan is going to be. It's going to be to try to stop Steph and going to try to stop Clay. So, but with that being said, their third best player is going to, or their Dallas's third best defender is going to be on Wiggins. So I do think it's going to be a little bit easier of a matchup for him. And in the last couple games, he has seen field goal attempts of 20, 14, 17, and 16. So he's definitely getting a ton of shots up. He just has to knock those down, and I think he's going to be doing that here today for Game 4. So we're taking it. Wiggins over 16.5 points versus Dallas at minus 105 odds. Now for our next play of the day, we're going to be taking the Orioles and the Yankees under 8 runs at minus 105 odds. Now, if you take a look at it, the Orioles, they are 13-7 to the under on the road, so definitely cashing more often than not. And the Yankees, kind of a similar situation at home. They are 12-10 to the under at home. Once again, cashing more often than not. I do love our odds with that one. And Philadelphia, they have gone under in, or excuse me, wow. Well, Philadelphia, that is not at all what I meant to say. The Yankees, they have gone under in 5 of their last 6 games, so hopefully that does end up working out for us once again. Also, Bruce Zimmerman for the Orioles has been pretty good on the road. He's had a 3.86 ERA on the road so far this year. And Jordan Montgomery, on the flip side of things, he has pitched 15.2 innings versus the Orioles this year with a 2.87 ERA. So he has been really, really good here recently. So hopefully that does end up working out for us, and he's just been good against the Orioles in general. So hopefully that does end up working out for us. That's going to be our second play of the day. Orioles and the Yankees under 8 at minus 105 odds. Now for our final play of the day, we're going to be taking the Dodgers minus 1.5 here versus the Nationals at minus 140 odds. Now obviously the Dodgers have been one of the best teams in the entire MLB this year. But on the road, they have been 13-8 to the run line, so really, really solid for sure. And the Dodgers, they have won and covered in 5 of their last 6 games, so they have been red hot, and hopefully they can continue that, making it 6 out of their last 7. Also, the Dodgers are 16-10 to the run line following a win, which they did. Like I said, they have won 5 of their last 6, and one of those games was last game, so they are 16-10 to the run line after a W. And on the flip side of things for the Nationals, they have just really not had a great start to the season. And the Nationals, they have, or at home, they're really not very good either. They are 6-15 to the run line at home this year. Definitely not a stat that you want under your belt. Also, these two teams did play they did end up playing last game, and the final score was 10-1, so it wasn't even really close. So hopefully the Dodgers can make that happen once again. So we're going to be riding with it. Dodgers minus 1.5 versus Nationals at minus 140 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so make sure that if you guys are new that you guys are subbed. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.